Good evening, everybody. It's Shelley Johns here from Gympie, and I'm here with Ross.
Good evening.
Cool. And Cara, Michael, and Jennifer and Anne-Marie so far, but there'll be some few people jumping on as well. So thank you for being on tonight's call, and we're calling it Create a December to Remember. And I think it's a great way to look at your month. It's a new month and new opportunity as well. So we're going to kick off with good news. So Michael and Cara, I know you've just been away for a few days with the family. I loved all the photos. So what was your good news that you would like to share?
We got home this afternoon to our active supervisor pins in the mail and certificate.
And sometimes it's good to wear both because sometimes active supervisors also letting people know that you've consistently done that 2.5 as well. So I know I've actually seen a lot of people wear at the events, they've got their pin, but they've also got their active supervisor as well to show. And then when they start getting people underneath them, they show the diamonds as well. Yeah. So it's something you could do. So yeah, have you got enough room on the wall for all your certificates?
Yeah, it's starting to run out a bit.
Have to redesign.
That's right. So that's good. It's well-deserved recognition, and I think that's something Herbalife's so good at, is the recognition. They're beautiful certificates, they're beautiful pins, and most people just don't get that. I know in your job that you work out at the council, how much recognition do you get?
Yeah, none.
So I bet they're probably happy to jump on you when you've done something wrong.
Yep.
So, which is cool. Just wanted to thank. Sorry, did you want to say something else?
Yeah, Michael has had a bit of luck this afternoon too. His trial pack that he did last week before? Last week has turned into a bit of an order this afternoon. So that's cool.
That's fantastic. So where did they come from?
Work. She's actually my boss.
Yep.
So yeah, talk about it. She sees it out at work. Took the trial pack, and she's only ordered some Herbie Bev at the moment, but yeah, that was the start because she hasn't actually had a full information session on it as yet.
Yep.
We're having trouble nailing it down to some time to actually have a chat.
Yes, and sometimes that can happen too. Like some people can be hard to get hold of, and sometimes they'll just go ahead and order anyway. Like that. Like that's just how it ends up being. They're just one of those people that you don't really get to spend that time with. They're just happy to order. You sort of touch base with them, and I do have quite a few people like that, and I'm sure Jennifer and Irene do as well. So I wanted to thank Jennifer for being on tonight's call, Chairman's Club member. I'm sure there's lots of things you could be doing with your time, but we do appreciate that you jump on our calls from time to time as well. Welcome, Irene. Did you have some good news that you would like to share?
Well, yes, some really good news. My client that has become a member has been ordering. One of my clients that I've seen her children grow up and just loves the products has been ordering. And, without doing anything extraordinary, our volume is already from last month was over 4,000 without having to buy anything or do anything. And that's just when you're working, that you eventually end up with a base of clients that order without you having to do much anymore, which is really good. Just keep in touch. I do every week. I keep in touch with everybody.
That's awesome.
That was really nice to know as well that even now in this month that people still want to use the products and love the products.
Yep.
And that's the key, isn't it?
Serious people jump on board in December. That's what I've always found. Like I've always got some of my most serious clients in December. They really are serious about getting a result. They're either sick and tired of what's happening, or they're worrying about putting weight on over Christmas. And there's a lot of those things that are going through their mind. So not everyone's going to have a great December for that reason. So we could help them with that. So I'll just click through. So Steve, did you have some good news?
Not really. Not really, no, at all. Not at all, no.
Okay, how about next week you can share some? That'll be awesome. I'll just click through.
Fingers crossed, I'll try it.
That's okay. So there's a few people with the screens turned off, which is cool, which generally means they're not wanting to share, but that's no problems at all. So we went and helped Helen. So we did the talk at the RSL, was that 2 weeks ago? I thought it was actually last week. So time flies. at the RSL, and that was, I thought, worked really well. And from that, Helen was able to book 3 ladies to do some body scans and wellness evaluations. So we drove to Tincan Bay and did that this morning, but we did get up early and go and do flyers first of all, which Cara commented on. Thank you, Cara. And so I went out early and did that. So we're getting super efficient at doing our estate. And then headed to Tincan Bay, did the wellness evaluations, which I think Helen will definitely get some clients from that. So we stayed an hour. Then we went and did our other methods, because our goal is to try and get our methods done before 12 o'clock. So put out 2 of the competition canisters at the little stores on the way back, did a couple of mini posters, did our first lot of Lucky Spots, laminated ones, Queensland proof Lucky Spots, and did a couple of walk and talks. So I feel like we've got all the methods nailed today by about 1 p.m. So that was good. And yeah, just want to carry that all the way through December if we're able to. So, which is cool. Consistency is the key.
Absolutely.
So so we're very excited. So let's get on with the training, and I'll just click to make sure I didn't forget anyone. Click. Coral, did you have some good news you wanted to share?
Yes, one of my members has become a supervisor, which is great, and a couple of new clients as well.
Yep.
Through the mini store / office at Redcliffe.
Yep.
So, and a lot of seeds at the moment.
Cool. Yes, and I think that's important to keep planting the seeds.
Yeah.
So congratulations on having a new supervisor. Best place for them to be, and what a great way to finish the year, right?
Yes.
Cool. So lots of awesome news just on this group of people, and I know it's only going to keep growing. So how cool is that? So let's get on with the training. I've got to remember what order they're in. So let's have a quick look. So, so how do you keep focus and create momentum when you feel like everyone else is in wind down mode? What are you going to do? And I'm not saying you can't take time off, because you've got to have balance, and you want to have all the lifestyle and things you're doing with your family as well. But what are some of the things that you could have? So I think it's really important for December that you've got some goals and you've got a plan. And that can be around your job, around your family, anything that you're doing. Even if you're going away, you can still have a plan. So how many new clients would you like? How much retail profit or wholesale profit or royalties would you like to be making for the month? How many new members would you like to bring on board? How many people could you get to the events? Like we know we've got the Let's Go with Jerry and Carmel this Saturday, the STS, and the Spectacular. And how much activity and talking and advertising are you going to do in the month of December? So you set the pace for your group. So this was something that was taught to me a long time ago, and I just wanted to run through it with you because I thought it was really interesting. And I know there's some President's Team members that do it a little bit different. So this is just one way. So this is called the Herbalife Nutrition Consumer Spending Shift. The typical household is already purchasing the following items from somewhere: shampoo and conditioner, hand soap, liquid soap, body wash, skincare, hand and body moisturizers, antiseptic spray, soothing gel, sunscreen, and gift-giving occasions, especially this time of the year. So when you look at that, it's probably around approximately 150 volume points a month just in all that personal care that people are probably already spending anyway somewhere else. So when you flick that over to just thinking about, I forgot about the thing covering it up.
You did these slides, didn't you?
That's okay.
It's okay.
So this is an example of the impact of a team of 5, 10 or 20 members. So this is fairly achievable for most people just beginning out. So if you've got 5 members in your group, or you want it to build it to 10 or 20, shifting their spending from competitors to Herbalife Nutrition, to your store. So if the distributors in your team use the above products, which was all the personal care, imagine if you had 5 people using 150 volume points each, it's going to be about 750 volume points a month. 10 is about 1,500 volume points a month, and 20 people in your team, as VIP members and people that are trying to build a business, it's going to be about 3,000 volume points per month, which certainly would move you towards supervisor faster, active supervisor, building your Herbalife house to get your full royalties, plus the world team over the 4 months, which is what Michael and Cara have just done. So this is a really great way to look at it, just shifting your team's spending shift of the things they're already spending money on. And if each distributor also added in 350 volume points of nutrition, H24, it might be on the weight control programs or targeted nutrition, any of those things as well, that equals 500 volume points in total. So the 150 plus 350 gives you 500. So imagine having 5 people in your team using 500 volume points. There's 2,500 volume points a month at your Herbalife house. But 10 people is 5,000 and 20 people is 10,000 volume points a month. So even if it took you a couple of years to do this, it would certainly be worth it. And this would definitely help you build your Herbalife house, qualify for World Team and Beyond, qualify for all the Herbalife vacations, VIP parties and VIP seating would be in the bag, which is pretty cool. So if you just think about that over a period of time, I'm not saying it's going to happen just like that, and not every single VIP member is going to do this or business person, but imagine over time that you start finding so many people in your team, because I know that we're the biggest customers in our, like in my consumer base, when I compare to all my clients and everything, and I can definitely say there's pretty much everyone on the call, I bet you are your biggest customers, right? And that's exactly how you want it to be, because sometimes you go, oh, no one uses the products like us, but you go, wow, no one uses the products like us. Imagine attracting more people like us. They're out there. And it's amazing when you set the pace and you set the standard, people will follow you and do what you do. And why wouldn't they want to use the skin and everything as well? Because they're such beautiful products. And I love hearing people talk about the skin. So I just actually put the link for the skin webinar up to rewatch, because I thought it was such a beautiful webinar with everyone sharing the results and that sort of thing. So I know even Kara, hearing you talk about the SPF moisturizer, you know, I just love hearing people talk about just that it can just be one little product and you go, oh wow, they really love it, and that makes me really happy when I hear that. So and I'm sure you've all got your favorite products. So let's just take this a step further. I want you to think 5 years, 7 years, even 10 years ahead. You know, can you do it faster? Yes, but just the what if game. So just imagine if you were able to develop 500 distributors, like a team of 500 people, shifting their spending from competitors to Herbalife Nutrition, and it took you 5 years, 7 years, to even 10 years, what would it matter? If each of those distributors uses the above products, which is all the personal care, so 150 volume points, that would give you 75,000 volume points a month. So, and of course, some of these people would be going supervisor because you're teaching it to them. So basically, over that time, you would qualify as millionaire team with an income of over $100,000 a year. And if each distributor also was on the nutrition, the H24, some of the targeted products, and the weight control programs, which most people are already on that first, and the total was 500 volume points for 500 people, that's 250,000 volume points. So that would actually be tracking you to qualify as president's team. So it wouldn't all be your personal volume, of course, it would be happening all underneath you, and there'd be supervisors from this. And you'd be having an income of over 250,000 Australian dollars a year. So how cool is that? So, and this is the money already being spent, not added spending. So never buy from a competitor. So teach this and teach your team how to teach this concept. And the impact is actually incredible. So I just wanted you to think about, you know, would it be worth it, even if it took you 5, 7, 10 years to build a team of 500 loyal, passionate members who are passionate about the products just like you are, would it be worth it? So I think it would be worth it. So do you like this concept, guys? If you're the ones that haven't seen it before, do you like it?
Very good.
It gives you something to think about.
Mm.
Yep. So cool. So only 2 weeks to go for our Christmas countdown. I realise not everyone on this call is on this challenge, and some of you're running your own, but I just want to let you know we're halfway through our challenge. So some ways to keep the momentum going with the people that you're helping on the challenge is focus on your own results and be your best customer. Keep your awesome follow-up going. So I know that we do a lot of the people's results throughout the week and at Fit Club and things like that, which is great. Teach your clients how to package their stories. I know that this is something we love doing at Fit Club and at the centre, that every time I get someone's result, I write it on some positive quotes that I've printed out, and I write what they've lost that week and then their total result, and then anything that's a highlight, like total centimetres off their stomach or anything like that. And it's continually teaching your clients and your members how to package their story and present it. So It really builds confidence. Ask for referrals. Who's noticed your results so far? Ask your clients to post their results on social media. I know Cara did a lot of this last week, which was great, sharing, and the week before, just sharing that post, which I thought was really effective. And then, ask if, on the social media, it doesn't have to be Facebook, it could be Instagram and other platforms, or you can do it for them and tag them once you've got their permission. So these are the ways to finish off this challenge strong, because it finishes on the 14th of December. Obviously, we're going to showcase all the results and everything like that and give lots of recognition and prizes. But so whatever challenge you're doing in your group, make sure that you're just keeping all the follow-up going and everything like that, and then so you can finish off strong in the next 2 weeks. So that's the challenge. So you want to have fun with Herbalife Nutrition this Christmas. So I love this, that someone's done their Christmas tree with some Herbie containers on it. So, there's lots of different ways of having fun with Herbalife Nutrition and reusing the containers as well. And look, with Christmas gifts coming up, this is another way to buy from your own store. That's at Consumer Spending Shift. You're going to go and buy gifts anyway. Why not buy some cups and different things and package them with a protein bar and other things like that and wrap them up? I know I've been showing some different ways of doing that, and and definitely want to buy from your own store. So, like there's the Christmas, the swimming ring and the deck chairs. There's even some pens. You could get a set of pens and put them with something. There's lots of fun ways of presenting the products. Then you can also create your own. So I know we talked about this, Cara's, we were talking about packaging gifts and taking photos. Obviously I Googled a bit. This one down in the bottom right is the one I did I put it in a coffee cup with some protein bars and lift off, and I called it the Teacher's Survival Kit. But you could do it the Christmas Survival Guide, the Hangover Pack, or whatever you want to call it. So however you fits in with the way that you like to do things, and you can come up with your own gifts that you can give people as well. So you can do that with the skin, drink bottles, protein bars. There's so many fun ways to use the Herbalife Nutrition as gifts, and you can do this with your family, your friends, your workmates, clients, team members. You can make a whole list and do that. So I know, Jennifer, when you did the teachers' gifts, that there was like 34 teachers that you had to give gifts for, or something, for the grandkids or something. There's people are doing that all the time at this time of the year. So let them know they can buy from their own store, or that they can get them from you. And if you already have them packaged up and everything and make it really simple, some of the other things we've done is we donate a pack to some of the schools' end of the year raffles for their to generate, obviously, funding, whatever it's called. Can't remember, it's gone out of my head. But anyway, the thing fundraising, that's it. I knew I had fund in it. Fundraising and different things like that. So there's lots of creative ways of being able to give, back if you wish. And look, it really depends on what you want to spend as well and what you're earning. You don't want to give away all your profit either, because you are in business to make a profit. So cool. So some other ways is that, as I said, you'll get some of your most serious long-term clients in December. So you could do like a little gift voucher, obviously packaging your results with a Christmassy theme, and just letting people know that this is the time of the year that you're serious about helping them as well. So really putting it out there. Look, I don't do a lot of selly stuff on Facebook, as you know. I tend to keep it fairly low key and cool. And every now and then I'll drop in a, like come and lose weight with us, or here's a result, or come into the centre. I try not to just be bombarding it with Herbalife. I try and put a lot of life stuff in there as well, and then attract people to us, basically. A December to remember. So this is something we're doing in the group, and anyone could do this. So we've just started rolling this out. So it's a little bit different to the competition boxes, because I've actually done it so there's no entry forms and no pens. Because how often would you put out a competition box, go and get it, the pen's gone, the entries have disappeared somewhere, where are they? And you have to keep going back and checking them. So this is something just a little bit new, where most people have a mobile phone, so they can take a photo of it, and they can just be in line waiting, and they could be texting you their entry. So using the empty Formula One containers, and then I call it a wrap, and you just wrap it around. And we're doing it for a free weight loss program. but you could do it for a trial pack or something like that. So there's lots of creative ways for the skincare as well if you wanted to. But I think at this time of the year, weight loss is really important. So this runs for the whole of December, and the goal is to get lots of people entering by taking these. So we put 2 out today, and I want to try and I'd like to have about 20 out in total. And so to start generating some interest in getting people to come back in. In fact, I know just from one of the mini posters we did, we got a call today, so I'm hoping that's out at Tin Can Bay. That would be cool. So you want to get as many leads back, but you want to contact the leads before the draw date. Not after, but before, because you want to go, hey, thanks for entering. Good luck. I hope you win. Thanks. I see you've got a goal here. Is that for a special occasion? And start forming them, and then try and get them in for a wellness evaluation. Hey, by the way, you can actually get a free wellness evaluation and some free samples if you come in and book one with us. Would you like to do that? So I think this is a really great thing to do at this time of year. It's really cost effective. It's recycling the products, the containers, and you can pull in together as a group as well. So I did put it up on Challenge Yourself Daily if you wanted to have a look, how to do the wrap. And I just made the wrap on befunky.com. So, and asking for referrals as well is another good one. Did you have anything to add?
No.
Did anyone else have anything to add for that?
Excellent stuff. Really excellent.
Yeah, so just simple things, really simple. So the other thing is the 90-day plan. And I've heard a lot of people talking about their 90-day plans. And I love, actually, I think Michael and Cara have been quite clever with doing their 120 days. Because when you think about it, 120 days is not really, it's not really that long in the business, really, is it? When you think, wow, I've only been in the business 128 days, look what I've been able to achieve.
We specifically did it, Shelley, because that got us to World Team.
Yep.
And that was kind of a goal that we wanted to get to.
Cool.
So.
And it's good, and you did that, and I just love that you've just kind of plonked that into some of your posts you've been doing, and that's the thing, with your results and that. I can see a lot of people just doing very clever posting, and it's fun and it's attractive. And it shows progress as well. So yeah, definitely keep up those great posts. So this is the 90-day plan. I know we've talked a little about that. To create your December to remember, you need to have some DMOs, daily methods of operation, and you want to choose, do I want to go fast, faster, or fastest? And either way is fine. Fast is usually someone that's wanting to do it part-time, and that's perfectly fine. And then so you've got all your methods, and yes, there are more methods than just this, but these are probably the main ones. And there's weekly, daily, and monthly. You don't want to fill all your DMOs up with monthlies. You definitely want some dailies and weekly amounts. So I'm not really a big fan of pull tabs personally. I like little posters and putting stuff on notice boards that way. But keep going back to your notice boards. If you've got them up, keep going back and re-putting them there, because often stuff goes and they get cleared. So make sure you're continually going back. Lucky car spots. Look, I really love the lucky car spots because you're really only doing every 10 or so cars. So it's a nice way. So you're not just blanketing all the cars and then getting in trouble from wherever you're doing them. And I usually just put them in the side of the driver's side window, in between the glass and the rubber. Rather than under the windscreen. And the fact that they're laminated, and yes, that means you've got to go to, and laminating them is not easy, is it?
It's a little bit fiddly.
Because they're tiny little pieces of paper, but it just says, congratulations, you've parked in today's lucky spot. Please call before 9 p.m. tonight to get your free wellness evaluation, or whatever it is. I've done a few different ones. It could be skin, it could be the sport, whatever it is. I just find if they're laminated, especially in Queensland, I can't tell you how many times I've done things and then it's rained and then the flyers are just ruined. No one's going to be reading them. But if they're laminated, they're going to last. And I think it's like anything. If you do enough of them, someone's going to call. Ads, shake parties, skin parties, and that sort of thing. I think walk and talks are great. They can be scary. But the great thing about doing the competition canisters and going into places and asking to leave them in there, well, guess what? You just did a walk and talk because you had to talk to someone about it. So it's good practice, that's all. So, and it's, it gives you kind of a reason to go in and talk to people. And there's lots of other ones as well. So it's basically just choosing the methods that suit you, and then, you know, really learning how to employ yourself, because when you have your own business and you're working for yourself and you're entrepreneur, you've got to employ yourself, because it's so easy to do stuff that isn't productive and that isn't going to generate inquiries. So I hope you've all been listening to the Millionaire Training Tape. So Larry Thompson's great, because he talks about Larry 1 and Larry 2. Has anyone listened to that one? Larry 1, Larry 2, yeah? Yep. So I think it's great because, you know, he set some goals, he set some times of when he's going to work, how much he wanted to earn, and then he had to start at a certain time, and then he had to finish at a certain time. So it's a bit like you're the boss and the employee at the same time, and you have to keep yourself accountable. And when you find that you get into this and have a bit of fun with it, you'll probably find that you can do a bit more in the time that you've set for yourself. So I know tomorrow the Duck Ponds walking group is on. I've got some lucky spots to do. And I've got flyers to hand out with people walking around. And it's not like we just go jumping on everyone. We don't do that, do we, guys? But there just might be someone that we click with that we can just invite. And it's just one more person, just one more. So,
Jennifer, I just want to mention about Larry Thompson's. You know, once you really get involved and listen to Larry Thompson's Millionaire Training Tapes, you just find it affecting you for the rest of your life. You never do less. You always feel that leadership quality of always making sure you perform, making sure, you know, you do it. There's always that thing pricking you in your mind, you know, that, you know, well, you can't give up. You've got to keep doing, you know, you've got to, you know, you came this far. And, if the more you do and you don't let yourself down, it is quite interesting that I'm lost for words tonight. It really, really is something that's important to you. You know yourself as that conscience that keeps telling you, don't cop out, get up, you know, don't, you know, have that extra hour in bed or you're frustrated about something and 10 minutes later you say, oh, okay, that's over, I'm frustrated, but I'll keep doing my stuff, you know. They're amazing. They're just amazing, you know, tapes. And the more you hear them, the more it'll be this guidance that makes you know that you've got to contribute to something on this earth while you're here. And whatever it is, your family life, whether it's your Herbalife life, you know, you don't want to get to that time in the life where you look back and say, oh man, I wish I made a bit more effort. You know, why didn't I just follow this through? Why didn't I give it a bit more of a go? It continually makes you tread the high road and keep you know, not failing, you know, keep going ahead and overcoming all those frustrations that you will have, which I have many of them. I whinge to Shelley and I knock myself in the head and get myself together and listen to Larry Thompson and, you know, and you get back on track again. So it's one of those valuable things of life. Just keep listening to those tapes.
So yes, and the first part obviously is the intro. So you need to get past the intro and into the meat of the training. That's all I can say. And it's great. It's all about procrastination, employing yourself, communicating with feelings. There's just so much. The new distributive psyche, lots and lots of really good stuff that is still, and in fact, we were listening to Eric Worre the other day, and there's so many things that he says, and I go, you know what, I've heard that on the Millionaire Training Tape. So obviously they've had the same sort of trainings, and it's still relevant today because I'm hearing the language now, like today, which is really cool. So I just wanted to click through, sorry, because I saw there were other people on there. So hi, Lindy, and I just wanted to say, James Amanda Hughes went out and put out some of the canisters. So how did that go?
Not too bad. I actually went and asked my old boss that used to own this house, and she said no, so that was my first no for the day. I've got a couple out, so I've got some more done up to do tomorrow. So
cool. And so every no you get means you're closer to a yes.
Yeah, well that's right. I mean, most of the places that I went were happy enough to, because I got 3 out today, and I did 1 flyer on a notice board. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I know you said you're getting some flyers organised tonight.
Yeah, I've got flyers. I've got some chopped up, but I've got some more at home that I've got to cut yet. So I'll get that done when I go home tonight.
Awesome. So great. So yes, we're definitely looking forward to seeing how everyone's going with all these different methods and what you're doing. So thank you for sharing.
Before we go any further, can I ask a question? How do you cut your flies up?
Bloody scissors. A guillotine would be so much easier.
Metal ruler.
Oh,
Go back to our screen.
sorry.
Rip them.
Stanley knife.
Oh,
And a mat.
Seconds. That's it. Knife down, blade down, bang, done. Five pieces of paper in one go.
Yeah,
That's how we.
That's how we do it.
It's all you need. There you go. It's all you need. Stanley knife, metal ruler. Metal ruler is easy. It gets a straighter edge. You don't cut in. You wouldn't really. You're gonna, if you're not careful, you'll cut into it. Bang. Fastest way to cut a flyer up. Faster than a guillotine.
So James is left-handed like me, so he always, you know how we have that weird thing that happens?
Can't help about weird people and their thumbs and get cutting them. That's not my problem.
So I don't know what it is about the left-handedness, but anyway.
Hey, I'm left-handed. What's your problem?
Well,
I'm left-handed too, and I do all the flyers.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Is that how many lefties are on the call? There's like 5 of
Oh,
us.
there's another one.
Yeah.
So if that helps you to cut flyers up fast and go without going out and spending money on guillotines or whatever, very good way to get them done.
So if there's 5, is there any more lefties? Just checking. Oh, 5 lefties. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a pretty high percentage. That says something about, maybe we need to do a left-handed recruiting flyer for left-handed people.
Oh my God, you're going to put it on the left-hand side of the paper, are you?
So, I've still got a new ad. Okay, so I'm just thinking the next one that's coming up. Let me have a quick check. Cool. So this is a story that, and I know Irene and Jennifer will know this, and Coral. So I love this story. So I just wanted to go through it because I think it's quite relevant for when we're going through life and going through our business and growing, some of the things that happen. So we went and visited this friend, and lives out in the country on a farm, and he's got this old wooden house with this old porch, and so we went up and started, how are we going? His name's Doug. So hi Doug, how are you going? And he's got this beautiful hound dog, Buster, here sitting on the porch, and so we started talking to Doug about life and how he's going with everything, how the farm's going, and then every now and then Buster would let out a yelp, and then stop, and then just go back to sleep. And then we'd just start talking about life and how the girls are going, and what our plans for the year and everything like that. And catching up, because we haven't seen Doug for a while. And then again, about 5 minutes later, Buster would let out another yelp. And so this went on for probably about 10 minutes. And I just said to Doug, I said, what's wrong with Buster? He goes, oh, he's all right. He's just laying on a nail. And I went, he's laying on a nail. Well, why isn't he getting off the nail? And he said, well, I guess it just probably doesn't hurt him quite enough for him to move yet. And when you relate that to ourselves in our lives, sometimes we've just got that nail that we're on, and it might just not be hurting us enough yet for us to do something about it. But eventually that nail is going to push through the skin and cause some damage. So you need to think about what nails do you have in your life that are causing a bit of irritation, things that, it might be things we need to work on in our lives. And often a lot of it relates back to personal development. So what's your nail? What's your rusty nail that you're on that you want to get off, and what could you do about it? So, but you think there's a lot of people out there to do with their health, to do with weight loss, to do with their finances, their family, how happy they are in their lives. They've all got that nail. And so sometimes you have to be aware of what nail has someone on, and how could you help them find a solution for it as well. So I really love the story. So I hope I told it okay. Did you want to add anything, Irene or Jennifer, to the story?
It is a great story because it's so true. And, we so often sort of, get that prick and whinge about it, and get that prick and whinge about it, and never do anything specifically about it, whether it's complaining about you haven't got enough money or what to pay the bills or whatever the story is. sometimes you've got to listen to yourself and just get up and get going and do something.
Sometimes it's just got to get off that rusty nail and do something about it. But you've got to remember, some people are stuck in that way of thinking and living, and you've got to help them move forward. And sometimes it's not going to be easy. Sometimes they're going to go through a bit of pain, and sometimes they're probably even going to be. I've had customers and team annoyed at me because because it has been difficult, and they've got to vent on someone, but in the end they thank you. So you've got to sometimes be that one that helps them get off the rusty nail and help them move on and move forward in their lives to achieve whatever they want to achieve. So I thought it was a really good visual. So I would suggest that you print out a picture of a rusty nail, and just to remind you of what sort of rusty nails do you have that maybe might be jabbing into you that you can do something about, but also the people that are around you that you care about as well. So did you have anything to add?
Not on the rusty nail.
Oh, not on the rusty nail.
Not on the rusty nail.
Cool. So what do you want your 2020 to be like? And I don't mean just with money. I mean personally, physically, financially, emotionally, all of it that's important to you. How do you want your 2020 to be? So the best way is to finish your December off, well and with strength, and then to help set up the rest of your 2020. So I've always been taught how you do anything is how you do everything, and and just try and do your best in everything that you do. You want to add? Cool. So we're up to promotions. I hope you enjoyed that training. So we've got Let's Go December. So look, there's lots of kickoff type events all around Australia and overseas. So who do you know in those different locations that you can invite people to? I think we're pretty lucky having Jerry and Carmel Taylor, because they've got lots of experience. They've been trained by Mark Hughes. I know Jerry is going to tell a great story about going to Expo 99 where he was trained by Mark Hughes, and I went to that one as well. It was pretty cool. I'm sure there's a few people on there, and in Hawaii. So they're going to be sharing so much. So we talked to them this week, and they're talking about how they achieved their initial results, how they're into their fitness and everything now, and how they use the products for that. Carmel's making some of her special Herbalife jellies to bring along for the healthy lunch. I know, right? Some people are just going to come for that alone. They're going to be talking about financial freedom, they've been able to travel, and all those sort of things as well. So you're going to get a lot of value from from their 20+ years experience, and plus they're 1 million lifetime achievers too. So they've got heaps to share. So I can't wait for them to come. That's between 12 and 3 this Saturday at Gympie Lifestyle Central. Everyone's welcome. So if anyone wants to come up, please do, and bring some guests as well. We want to pack the room.
Really, could I just say, you mentioned 1 million lifetime achievers, and we just had a note on the Chairman's Club chat. Some South Americans, I've just forgotten his name for the minute, and he was the first person to get a 5 million personal achievement award. It's 5 million that you've done. I mean, that's quite amazing. When getting 1 million and 2 million, and we thought 3 million was amazing when some people got it, but 5 million, it's awesome, what can be achieved, with people, just get out there and decide I want to do it enough or love the business enough. Yep. And of course, sometimes young countries have got a few more numbers than ours, so that helps too.
Yeah, well, I just think, there's lots of different ways, I suppose, of showing what people can achieve. So I do think that Jerry and Carmel are going to bring so much of their experience, like Jerry's got such a funny sense of humor, because when I called, he left a message before I got in touch. He goes, oh yeah, I'm just, sorry I couldn't catch up with you. I was just on a course. He said, on a golf course. So I do like his sense of humor. So it's got a whole Christmas theme. So if you're coming, bring a plate of Christmas treats or something nice. We've got going to do an eggnog shake. We've got lots of yummy things planned. So definitely come along and enjoy the healthy Christmas lunch. Then there'll be a mindset session. There'll be a business opportunity meeting. There'll be a whole range of things, including a whole bunch of recognition and promotions too. So December to remember. So obviously there's STSs all around Australia, and thank you, Lindy, for putting the New South Wales ones up. But there's also South Australia, WA, and Victoria too. and Stefan Graziano will be in New South Wales. So this is the Queensland one. You go to brisbanests.com to get your tickets. So it's going to have a whole President's Team showcase. Here's the agenda here, just so you know. There is a opportunity meeting there. So if you do have anyone in Brisbane that you know, definitely invite them along for that 12:20 p.m. And I would definitely say get them to be there at 12:10 or even 12 to meet up with them, so that they're not going to be late. There's a recognition gala for the Queensland State Body Transformation Challenge and an end of the year party as well, which you should be bringing a plate of something to share. So it's going to be a pretty great way to finish off the year. Did anyone have anything to add to that? No, I'll flick through. Cool. So Adelaide Spectacular, obviously this is the one that we're really aiming towards and building up for to start the new year. So 17th and 19th of January at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. It's going to be a whole bunch of fun and training, personal development. Trey and Mamie are definitely going to deliver, and they are just building. You know, they've just hit 70K Chairman's Club, which is pretty cool. And they've got a lot. They're going to share a lot from the heart, and there'll be a lot of personal development, lots of recognition, lots of, obviously they're doing lots of giveaways, brand new products being launched. There's a party which will be a tropical theme. Obviously you saw I put up some outfits that we may or may not want to wear. Got the boys sorted though, it's okay, so don't worry about it. I'm getting them custom made, so you're all going to match. It's going to be great. You can wear it.
Dreaming.
You can wear it to the training.
I was thinking the same thing.
You are dreaming.
And there's no mankinis, right?
Yeah. So anyway, I nailed it, just so you know. Anyway, it's always good to have a little bit of fun. Look, it's going to be an amazing experience. All of Australia and New Zealand coming together. You're going to see things you've never seen, hear things you've never heard, and see her life as a bigger perspective as well. So my goal is to take as many people as we can, and I still feel we've got time to do that. I think there's probably people that we haven't even signed up yet that will be coming with us. That's how I'm thinking.
So if you look at the promotion that's on at the moment, if you have 5 first line, you get a photograph and get to spend time with Trey and Mamie, and you're going to say, oh, that's not possible. That's what's going to go through your head. I don't have enough people. You don't want to be sitting in the audience down there and go, I wish I'd actually asked, why didn't I get such and such to be here? So just go for it. Just put a number on paper and go for it. A number greater than 5, and just go for it and ask everybody you can to the opportunity to come and have a listen.
So I just invited Beck Della yesterday. So she's just signed up, like just under a month ago. Lives in Brisbane. She can't make it to the STS because she's working on that day. And I went, well, next event is the Spectacular. So I just said to her, by the way, I know you're moving house. I've got a few things going on, but I would love to extend the invitation for you to come to this. I think you would love it. I know you're into personal development. There's so much you're going to get from this. I just want to put it out there that it's available for you. So I've been doing a little bit of that with people. Even someone that used to be a client that's and was a member, and she's not anymore, and she lives in Adelaide, and I rang her up and said, hey Vicky, can't wait to catch up with you when we're there, but by the way, would you like to come and hang out with us for the weekend and come along? I know you've never been to one before, would you like to come? So I've done a few different ways and just put it out there as well. And look, I totally get some people are going to have to fly there, get accommodation. It's not easy. But I'm just going to ask anyway, because the worst they're going to say is no, and it just might plant the seed to next year if this year's not okay. At least they're thinking it's in their mind. They're going to be seeing posts about it, and they're probably going to wish that they had gone if they didn't go.
Absolutely, it could change someone's life, and that's the biggest thing you got to consider.
Now, is there another promotion? I can't remember. So I thought I'd finish with a quote. Can I say this?
You may say
yep.
what it is.
Don't make excuses for why you can't get it done. Focus on all the reasons why you must make it happen. And I must admit, I'd seen a few of the team sharing this kind of type of post, which is really cool, because I love quotes so much. And I just love the Jim Rohn one as well. You can make excuses or you can make it happen, but you can't do both. Or all excuses are equal, all those sort of things. So I think that is it. So if you wanted to share something.
So I just wanted to share something that's happened over the last probably 2 weeks that I've started to pick up. We use Facebook to death. It's starting to have the grandparent effect. So I've been to 2 places recently where we've talked to someone and Shelley's going, "Oh, you on Facebook?" No, I don't use it. The younger generation are not using it. They're starting to step away from the platform. So you have to understand, like Shelley said, "Oh, well, I want people in our age group." That's fine. So the 2 people we spoke to, he said, "It's a waste of time. It's full of rubbish. I don't use the platform. I use the Messenger if you want to message me on it. But I do not read Facebook. I do not travel through it. I don't have anything to do with it any longer." And these are people in their mid-20s.
So we went shopping at the DFO on Saturday. So, well, you did a lot of shopping. I did a little bit of shopping. Anyway, I went to the politics suits, which are awesome suits, great service. So this guy Corey serves us, and
he was amazing as a service person and all that sort of thing. Yep.
Yeah. So we just got talking. He said, "Oh, you're from here?" "Oh, no." I said, "We've got an event in Adelaide that we wanted some outfits for," and he just said, "Oh, are you from Adelaide?" I said, "Oh no, we live in Gympie." He goes, "Oh, I was born in Gympie." I'm like, and so I got chatting. I didn't, because we were there for an hour or more. Hey, baby. Just got talking to him about life and that. So I sent him some information about the event this Saturday, and I said, "Oh, would you mind?" And that's how the Messenger thing came up.
And he said, "Yeah, I don't use Facebook." And that's the second time I've heard that being said to us very, very recently. So
I've heard it all over the States too. People, they may use some Facebook. Most of the people are going away to all the other mediums. It's just one of those ways, But yeah, people I think are liking Facebook because it's more like fun as far as your family or as far as, your mates. But as far as your young people in business, they just want to look and go, and they want all the simple methods.
Yeah, Mackenzie.
What platform are they turning to?
Instagram. He said he called it Insta. Yeah, Mackenzie. Yeah. Mackenzie said Facebook's for old people.
Pretty well. Yeah, pretty well they're moving to Instagram and whatever the next platform is going to be. I have heard it in the past. What you'll find is we used to have MySpace and all that, and they actually call it the grandparent effect. When the grandparents get on, the younger generation get off. And we're starting to head down those tracks now. So nothing wrong with using it. I just want you to start to think in your head over the next period of time, couple of months, what else could I start to advertise on? How do I look up Google and say, how do I use this style of platform? Or whatever you may need to transition into, because at some point we'll be putting ads out, but no one will be reading it except the people that you know what I mean? That's where it's going to be going.
The other thing Eric Worre said in the Network Marketing Pro was about people, there's too many people, amateurs out there with the network marketing that are giving it a bad name by just bombarding Facebook with so many ads and stuff, and it's not good for the industry. Like, he's trying to give our industry, for professionals in it, and to have a great reputation and a longevity. So that's something to really think about, not bombarding. And it's really the sponsored post, but they're just getting slammed and slammed and slammed, and people just get sick and tired of seeing it. And it doesn't, so I feel like we've got a responsibility because I want this around for my children and my children's children and so on. So that sort of thing. And the other one was, so next week I'm going to go through how to have your Facebook page, even though you think it's for old people. If you do have Facebook and using it, which I know I do, just a few tips on setting it up with how to make it look, for your business. So we'll go through a few tips on that.
And we may at some point need to do some calls on how to run Instagram properly and how to look at the other platforms if that's the medium you wish to use.
That'd be great.
Yeah, nothing beats face-to-face. Realistically, nothing meets the direct conversation phone call or the direct conversation face-to-face with an individual. But we may need to look at those other things as well.
Perhaps it might be an idea to ask people, we all know young people, to ask them sort of what they use now. And maybe if we combine it all together, we'll get a better idea of the way they're thinking and the way they're going. So I can ask my grandsons, they're 22 and 25, and they have a network of young people. So I could ask them, maybe, Jennifer, you could find out, you could ask the younger people and get an idea of what they're thinking and how they're thinking and where it may go. So we're ahead of the game.
Yep.
I think probably the best thing for that is asking all the young people in Herbalife, you know, the very young ones that you see at the, you know, at the events, because they're the guys that are going to be using it, you know, and will know how to use it. And sort of know how to use it for our business. So I think that that's probably a good idea if you got somebody like that now and then, find out who's good at these new mediums, and then get somebody to do, you know, some kind of training or talk, even perhaps silly if you got somebody like that on one of the calls one night, some of the young people, you know, who are looking at the other mediums and stuff. Because I think, like, even for me, I mean, everybody knows I'm hopeless at all this stuff. You know, I'm way into the era when they didn't have Facebook and all this stuff. I have to get the grandkids up to time to put the stuff on. But I think the thing with Facebook is you continually see people putting too much like personal stuff on, you know, and it's easy to get involved with answering someone about politics or something like this. And but a lot of it, you know, there's a lot of dying and crying stuff, and it sounds very heartless to say that, but the reality is it's business. We're in business, and we should be talking business all the time and more productive things, whether you've got other things going on in your life or not, or you've had some hardships you want to share with people. But sometimes it's when people keep repeating the same stuff over and over again, it becomes incredibly boring. So there's got to be other areas where you talk about, you know, those parts of your life where, you know, you want to help people in other mediums, in other areas. But as far as the business has got to be business. And sometimes I have spoken to some people that I have in another country who continually sort of write sort of negative things, and but he doesn't like to be told, and I think it's one of the detriments to his business. So, you know, and it's easy to get involved. It's easy to make a comment and say something back again. So we've really got to try to stick all the time to, you know, it's all about business only, business, and your other personal ideas and views, etc., have got nothing to do with. If you want a Facebook page for that, put it on something else.
Yep, that's cool. And Cara, did you want to say something? No, sorry, I just thought you had unmuted. So look, we'll just go through over some basic ways of presenting your time. And thank you, Jennifer. And everyone say yes, we will get some information. We can have a chat about that for next week. And
before you get off the call too, don't forget, it's the end of the month technically tonight. You still have the ability to, up until Adelaide time tonight, to do an order for either November or December if that's where you're situated, you're sitting in. It is the end of month as of today.
Yeah, or so you can do dual volume. So you can do. You
can choose.
November volume and December volume up until midnight tonight, or South Australian time, so they're half an hour ahead for Queensland. So for Victoria and New South Wales and ACT, you need to have do time differences if you're going for something and you want to stretch. So yes, that's a good point. So thank you. And so I hope you really enjoyed tonight's call. So I really want you to create a December to remember. And it's interesting when you adopt these kind of fun ways of looking at the month, people will join you with it as well. It's like that enthusiasm's there and it's fun. You're all doing it together and creating some momentum. And you know, we definitely want for you to have a fantastic you know, December, and you know, with your results, you know, with the things you're able to do for your family, ticking off some goals. And of course, we're going to do our goal setting workshop in January on the 4th. So we really can't wait to do that at the Dex and really make it an amazing launch to the new year. So I'm just going to stop sharing. So let me do that. Caitlin did her high ropes course leadership day. She's a little bit tired. So I'm going to stop recording so we can send this off. So give me 2 seconds.